I mean, we got a whole load of questions that we need to ask him. I'm very much in favor of just, lightning round flashcards. We just hold up a picture of something and go, what's this?
Oh, the Rorschach test.
Yeah, pretty much. No, this is the scenario. What would you do in this scenario? Sort of like, this is the scenario. You've got 10 seconds to come up with an answer. 10,
Yeah.
9, 8, 7. Right, you failed. Next.
I mean, that's kind of fun, just holding up a photograph of, okay, what is the biggest technical problem with this picture? Where's the biggest IT threat?
It's like those...
Which is the broken one of these 5 computers?
No. This is brilliant. You don't have to call them for an interview at all. You just, once you get the applicants in, you just send them a phishing email. Like, and the title says, proposal for this and this job, and please find attached draft contract. And if they click on that link, you failed.
You gone.
I mean, that's the qualifier, I would say. You would lose more than 50% on that one. And then just get them into a room and put 10 broken computers in there. So, okay, yeah, the first one who fixes their computer gets the job.
Well, let's go.
Could you have like a Hunger Games scenario?
I was thinking more like a battle royale. Yeah, there is one contract in the middle of the room. Last man standing.
Metaphorically, of course, but yeah.
Maybe if you film it.
Yeah.
But I think I've done that as well. When I applied for the job that I have now, like, all right, you were in for an interview, and then like, all right, and then we'll send you a scenario or a case, and you should solve that one. And it's like, you know nothing about this workplace other than what's stated on their webpage or in the application text. And we all know all the pretty words they put into that application text. It's not relevant at all. 90% of it is not the way the company operates. So then you sit there on zero knowledge, just making things up on a very theoretical scenario. And then, someone is going to look at that and, all right, this is all right. Fine. You can work here. I mean, I just send emails and attend meetings. So that case had nothing to do with anything remotely what I'm doing. So it felt a bit, cheated somewhat.
Maybe we should push that even further then, because I mean, have a lot of hypothetical scenarios, and the one thing you want to test is the person's ability to adapt and just live with the problems, because there will be more problems than solutions. And just set it up like a big choose your own adventure thing. You have you have access to a school, you have access to people, I mean students that can will work for a beer, and then you put one student in, and have 10 rooms and label them A, B, C, D, and then the applicants can go into one room each, and then they get a question which is rather vague. Okay, if you choose option A, you go to room A. If you choose option B, go to room B. And then you have them go back and forth with just random questions. There is no real adventure here. There is no real test, and just see how long before they break.
Or even
is
better,
it illegal, perhaps?
Yes, and I mean, it is for your entertainment mostly, and there are other ways of doing it then. What if you set it up like a Dungeons and Dragons game? So the applicants enter, and you and a couple of other guys at work are sitting around a table. So, welcome to Azeroth. Please take a seat. Here are your dice and your thimble.
Instead of dice on your character card.
Yeah. Now,
Sometime
build your character like you want to be at work.
Exactly. Sometimes in the next 18 hours of gameplay.
But the real test is that this is a really boring game where you never get to the actual dungeon to do something. So the actual way to win is to stop playing and leave the room, and then you stand out there with a contract. Okay, you're sane enough. You're hired. The one who stay in the game, they're not going to be useful for you.
You know, if I scroll down on my list, because I have on my phone a lot of lists, like if I have an idea, I just need to write it down. And I have a few ideas for games. And sometimes it's a rule or whatever, and sometimes it's just a name. And at some point I thought we should have Dungeons and Dragons, but for the corporate world. And then it just hit me. Corporate and cubicles. That's the title. I have nothing about the rules or the setup of how it should be, but that's the name.
You rolled.
So I could build for that.
You rolled less than a 7. You got locked in the store cupboard. You have to trade up some magic in order to get out.
And we played with the thought of making a game with a couple of friends at my previous workplace, but of course we ended up, it would be very internal for that workplace, so it's not like you could sell that game commercially, but then you could make it more general. And of course I started Googling instantly, and it turns out there are companies out there like the company that makes stickers, for instance. There are companies that make games, so you can just go, it's like a web shop. Like, all right, I have thimbles and cars and all these, so I want to assemble that. I want a box like this, and then you can upload your own graphics, your own rules. So there are companies that sell you all the parts. You just have to make the gameplay and the graphics. And of course, they could sell you one relatively expensive, or they could sell you 10,000 at a reasonable price. So you could, if you came up with a good game, you could try and sell it.
Just do a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Coming soon. Corporate cubicles.
So, welcome to episode, I can't even read that, but it is 130 something of
5.
the 5. The Make Crude Mistakes podcast with Phil, KJ, and Howard from those channels you know and love.
Well,
some of them you love more than others.
someone has got way more love than others,
Yeah,
I would say.
Someone is stealing all the love. How does it feel, Phil?
Oh, stop it.
To be the locomotive of this maker train?
We all know that these little bumps are fleeting. So it's very nice at the moment, but it'll end eventually.
You're such a gloom doom.
I wouldn't say gloom and doom. I'd say just realistic, No, it's very nice. And the shout out that Mr. Cinodrome gave me was very nice indeed. And yes, the increase in subscribers and views is very nice. And
did you see the bump in subscribers before you saw the, or did you get a heads up on the shout out, or
I didn't get no heads up at all. No,
you just happened to watch his video and then that's me he's talking about?
Yes, exactly that.
How was that?
That was a proper. I was holding a cup of tea at the time, and it nearly went everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I've got channel notifications for his channel turned on because whenever he puts up a new video, I always stop everything and go and watch it.
Yeah, one of those.
So yeah, settling down. I'm watching him finish. Yeah, putting the last episode of the Cocktail Train is being put to bed. Fantastic. I've been following this project for about a year. Yeah, halfway through in Cinodrome, it's just me, which is nice.
Because that's what. Well, I didn't find it because I went to his Instagram page and like, all right, I didn't find the story. I didn't know. And then the Cinodrome, and no, but I found some hashtags, but yeah, no Phil, so I struggled finding it, but now I know.
This is all on YouTube, yeah. He's not very active on Instagram.
He's sensible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really nice video as well.
Yeah, no, all of his stuff is great. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, I tried doing that, trying to shout out people, but I more or less realized that it felt like I put pressure on someone, because I mean, I think I had a bad strike as well. Like all of the ones I shouted out stopped making content, so it felt like I was putting a curse on them more.
The so curse of KJ.
Yes. I killed a handful of channels.
If your name is ever mentioned, be prepared. Your time will come.
So what else have you been doing other than shining like a diamond?
Shining like a diamond. Well, I've been raking in the cash as well, because I got my first month's AdSense through, 49p. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Big money. Yeah.
That's what's that in today's rate? Quarter of a coffee?
Quarter?
A coffee bean.
Yeah.
How much oil do you get for that?
Not a lot. Well, you know, from small acorns grow tiny bonsai trees. But yeah, not in it for the money.
Not yet, at least.
No, never in it for the money. I've said before, and I'll say it again. You know, it's a hobby, and there are people out there who chase trends and algorithms and upload once or twice a week. That is a job, and I've already got one of those.
Yeah, I did the maths on that today, because you need X amount of subscribers and Y amount of watch hours on a regular video, or you could have like 10 million views on a period of 90 days of shorts. I'm like, all right, the last shorts I've done is like around 1,000. It seems to like go quickly up to 1,000 views, and then it just flattens out. So all right, let's say average 1,000 views, and then 10 million, 90 days. Yeah, I think if I had a full work day, I need to post a reel every 6 minutes, 10 reels an hour, to be able to get those numbers on a month. That is a stretch even for me. I can't. Yeah.
Post a reel every 6 minutes, however many of that is a day, and in 1 month you'll get 49p.
And I mean, it is kind of fun as well, because you said it 10 million, and I mean that is a number you pull out of your ass when you want to say a hugely big number that is too big to be of reasonable. But that is the actual number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But that's the thing. I mean, if we double
All
back
this,
to the
it's
discussion,
not for us.
No, but if you jump back to the discussion we had, was it last week? Then it can just be the same video.
Mm-hmm.
But I stumbled over an account today, and I shared it with you. And it's a brilliant idea. There's this guy. He's obviously watched Colin first, and like, all right, I need an underground bunker, and I'll do it with a teaspoon, and 1 teaspoon worth of digging for every subscriber. And I've seen his videos, and it is relatively new account, so it's like day 1, 1 subscriber. So 1 scoop, all right, the bunker is now 1 spoon head or a third of a spoon head deep. Then the next day, 18 subscribers, and then it piles on because and it's all the videos are the same. It's just more digging with that spoon, and people are catching on. So he is digging a fairly big hole by now.
He's dug himself into a hole where soon he won't be able to get out of.
Well, he's really taking on that idea of you've got to really niche down to find your audience, and I think he's niched down pretty successfully there.
Yeah.
I'm digging a hole with a spoon, and that's my entire content.
Yeah, he's niching down until that collapses over him, and he just found himself in his own dug grave. But that's the thing, though. When you complete it, I mean, all right, now I have a million subscribers and all these people watching me dig this hole in the ground with a spoon. Now what?
Yeah, where'd you go now? Do you just keep going?
Yeah, you branch out. Talk to the neighbors. Do you want an access? All right, I'll dig. But at some point, you will flatten out because there is I'm guessing there's a finite amount of people who are supporting this or are willing to support this. So at some point, he is gonna. I need to do something different now, and you can't really get more subscribers either. So.
I just wanted to keep digging down until the spoon melts from meeting magma.
Yeah.
I think friction will take care of it before that. You're not going to do much digging when the head is gone of the spoon.
No.
Slowly making a prison shank. one feet at a time, digging.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So what have you chaps been up to?
KJ?
Yeah, sure. I can go first. Yes. I mean, both me and Phil had the week off gloriously, which was really nice. But I think I said in the last episode that I kind of hurt my back sleeping badly at my parents-in-law's cabin. And that kind of was the first half of the week. So I which was good in one way because it made me catch up on my YouTube, and I saw Fat Hog's video about the Maker Build challenge, which I realized was kind of like the Nemesis challenge we talked about, because it was, I think it was 8 makers or so, rather small channels, who did a remake of someone else's project. Or that's exactly what it's called. But they did it in a nicer way than gloating, "I'm better than you." So I think they managed to do that nicely. But that only showed to how hard it is to get some kind of overview of the maker sphere on YouTube, because I mean, of those, I think it was 8 channels. I only knew about 2 of them beforehand. It was like around 1,000 or so subscribers size, or maybe a couple channels, more or less felt like us. I mean, the standard woodworker types, a lot of bearded men. But that was nice to stumble upon. But then I went to an action pool, or whatever you call it, with the youngest, and that actually helped my back pains. Imagine that, being in a pool with a lively 8-year-old actually was good for your back. So I actually got some work done and installed the lamppost head in the garden as a garden light, which turned out rather nice. And I realized this should be a YouTube video. So I filmed the last part where I installed it in the garden. So now I'm making the beginning of the YouTube video instead, with the second lamp head I have. So it's a bit not in the reverse, but it's yeah.
Behind the curtain, the lies that go into a video.
Yes. So I was thinking that, okay, should I fake it that I don't know what's coming next? Because, I mean, I've done this before. But it turned out that it was like, I think it was a month ago or so that I took apart the first one. And I had forgotten a lot of the things, how it went together. And me taking the second one apart, realized, okay, I put the other one together. I missed one part. Okay, this screw is supposed to go here instead of there, and that sort of thing. So it was a learning experience, and I didn't have to fake being being surprised. And the second one was also more gummed up, so it was hard to get apart as well. So it was more of a struggle. So
I think it's the channel technology connections that, I mean, he goes on to deep dives and rabbit holes on mundane things, and of course he needs to take them apart, but he also has to present the thing that he's talking about. So he has a saying that he uses in almost every episode. It's like, yeah, and by the magic of buying two. So, and then he just pulls up from behind his counter, and voila, I already have one. So yeah,
yeah, there's
doubling, not doubling down, but doubling up on things, make it easier video wise.
It is. It is incredible how quickly you forget how something came apart, isn't it?
Yeah.
This seems relatively simple. I don't need to make notes or take photographs. I'll remember how this is done.
every time I think that, I always take a second picture because you never know.
Yeah.
You come back to it. How the hell does this go together? This is ridiculous.
One thing is pictures though, but I have a sketch pad, and then I just take down some notes, and then I draw it up in CAD. Sometimes I don't even save it because I just need a bracket, send to printer, and then all right, go out to workshop. God damn it, two of the holes are not aligned. All right, did I save the file? No. Did I turn off the computer before I went to bed last night? Yes. So you have to start all over again, remeasuring, and yeah. So
Yeah. We also set the patios in order and had the first barbecue of the year. And the big thing of feeling like spring is actually here, turned on the water for the garden. So now it's really spring. That
Nice.
felt good. And I realized that I have made the fourth project that I should complete, which of course have made me do another project so much. Everything else looks so much more enticing than the thing that actually has a deadline. So everything is as it used to be.
Am I KJ now? Or you Howard? This felt weirdly deja vu-ish.
I think you do sync up in some ways when you spend time with people, I think.
Yeah.
But that's about it for me. Or about all of you?
I don't know where to start. It's total mayhem. I also need to do the May the 4th, but that's eons away, isn't it? It's just the 14th of April. Plenty of time. So it's going to be very stressful the last week, I think, because I'm home alone with the kids, and it's from getting them up, getting them dressed, fed, to school, kindergarten, and then do the same backwards at the end of the day, and then making dinner and preparations and get them to bed. It's not much Star Warsy time workshop left over. That being said, though, I've been procrastinating and cheating a bit, I think, because yesterday I brought the kids to IKEA. We had dinner there because then I did not have to make dinner, and they are happy because we're going somewhere different than home, and I've ordered some cupboards for pickup basically. So we just went there, had dinner, and then went down and got home. So I've taken everything out of our dry cupboard in the kitchen, and I built some IKEA carcasses and opened the hole in the wall a bit more so I could fit those carcasses in the wall. I'm not sure if it's called carcasses in English, but yeah, the basis for kitchen furniture. And that's what I've done. So I have been doing some making, and the wife has been talking about this. We should do this for a long time, and I thought I'd surprise her. So I cut the hole in the wall. No, I bought the cupboards yesterday. I cut the hole in the wall today and got the cupboards in. And tomorrow I need to put some putty and sand around the edges. And on Thursday, which is the last day we're home alone, I need to paint the edges around where it's fitted. And then I'm gonna surprise her by not putting anything back, because she is much better and will find joy in deciding how many drawers are going in where, and shelves and all the fancy thing that you can get to put inside a cabinet. So I just did the boring thing of get it fitted into the wall, and then she can do the fun part, go to IKEA and shop for shelves and so on and put that in. And then happy wife, happy garage making, I'm guessing later this year, hopefully.
Okay, so that's why I was thinking. Are you trying to incentivize her to go away more often so you can do these things? But oh yeah, you want to be on the. You're racking up some bonus points to spend later. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Isn't that how marriage works? Yes, I think
Yes,
so.
definitely.
It's
Yeah.
in the papers. Yeah.
Here's me thinking this was some sort of selfless act that you were doing for the good of the family, but no, it's all for you.
Nothing is selfless.
I mean, it is fun, but it also, I know myself. I have a tendency of starting projects and finish them to 80%. So by my usual standards, I would fit the carcasses and then never sand and make the edges look pretty, because once the doors go on, those will cover up the ugly parts once they're closed, and nobody else than us will open them. So but this time I'm actually like, all right, I'm going to finish this before I do anything else. And I'm planning on doing that, and it's going well. But right before this recording, I got a text message that your vacuum cleaner has arrived in the postal office and are ready to be picked up. And yes,
The universe is evil.
it is very much. But that being said, though, I that's the second project after the May the 4th. But to be truth, my mind has been more on the singer, because I have in my mind during a less tentative meeting today at work, I figured how I should solve the connection between the engine and the sewing machine. So in my mind, at least, so that project is just a formality by now.
I mean, you're going on a date you scheduled earlier, but you've already fallen in love with someone else.
Yes.
We're doing this, but it's not going to go anywhere.
No, already planned marriage and kids with someone else. Yeah, that's the way it goes, and it is sad though, because the one motor I have that I thought I would do for the sewing machine, no, I would like to use the other one, but I need to use that one for the vacuum cleaner. So I'm not sure. I don't want to buy another engine, but I mean, if the vacuum cleaner becomes really good, it's a nice project to have on the shelf. So then I don't want to cannibalize this for another. So could I make it like modular? That first I plug the engine in the back of the sewing machine and I sew, and then of course you have all the offcuts and leftovers. So you need the vacuum, and then you just unplug the engine. It's modular, and then things gets awfully more complicated.
Could you use the vacuum cleaner to run the sewing machine via a sort of suction hose and impeller scenario?
That is, yeah.
I think you need a bigger motor for that. But I mean,
Yeah.
doing something, do you get like the old timey factories where you just had one big steam engine and a lot of belts? But this is the mobile one. Instead, you just take the motor and take it off one thing and put it on another thing and walk around with.
Yeah.
The mobile single motor workshop.
That is, at least in my mind, that is safer. I was at the sawmill, and where they had the sawmill was run by belts and water wheel and whatnot, and of course they had a lot of other equipment as well. And it's basically one common shaft going through the entire building, and then a lot of pulleys, and then of course you just clutch thing in and out. But it like, yeah, health and safety today would have a fit looking at that. I mean, like, but there is a reason that old people who worked there, they only had like 7 or 8 fingers in total amongst them. So yeah, I'm probably relatively sure that's where the saying "in a pinch" comes from. It originated in one of those. Well, we'll make it work in a pinch.
I think those belt-driven drives is also where the phrase "knocking off" comes from. When you're knocking off at the end of the day, because you'd knock your machine off the drive belt. You get a big stick and knock the belt off. Knocking off.
I thought you just peed on the belt if you wanted a break. For it to make it to slip off.
I mean, I would just have a small diversion valve for the water stream on that water wheel. So you just, all right, we just let the water pass the mill for the night, and then everything just grinds to a halt. But that sounds too reasonable and safe. So
Very reasonable.
yeah, let's not do that.
The emergency stop is 2 beavers. Go up, build a dam.
Your emergency stop will activate in 6 to 8 months, depending on the season.
So yeah, that's
It seems like you have. It seems like you have found more hours in the day.
Yeah, I mean, enough hours to have a lot of plans. If I can't finish them, that's a totally different story. But I need my wife back to complete the projects, so I can have 2 hours to myself in the evening. So we'll see. There might be some making on the horizon, but who knows? But how about you, Phil? Any making? Do you have room for making in your workshop these days?
Well, not after today, no. I think, well, I'm halfway. It's more than halfway into the silly little, what I'm calling Project JBOD, just a bunch of discs, which is just a little plywood series of boxes and shelves for a computer and various disk drives, which hold everything together in one unified art piece. That's going quite well, and then I ran out of time. I was trying to get something done before I went back to work, and I was rushing, and I buggered up a paint job. So, as I wrote in the Instagram post, a quick job is a job you do twice: first quickly, and then secondly correctly. Yeah, the stuff I painted and cut up into strips is no good. So I've now got some paint stirrers, which is nice. And yeah, so I have a new piece of ply in paint. I haven't masked it up yet, and I'm waiting for the correct color spray paint to arrive. And I got a notification today that the art supply shop that I buy spray paint from has dispatched. The terrible news is they've dispatched with Every or Hermes, which you may or may not know are notoriously unreliable courier company. So there's a 50% chance that I might actually get that order. And that'll be arriving this week, probably. And then at the weekend, I'm going to have to do a lot of moving around of dusty treasure that I brought home today.
Yeah,
I mean, it'll all fit. it will all fit, and I just need to be.
That depends on our Tetris skills, it seems like.
The Tetris skills will have to come into play.
But I
I mean,
mean, seeing your car, you have some skill in that department.
yeah, but well,
Will there be room for fills?
That is the question.
Oh, I need to get in there as well. Right.
I'm looking forward to that little mini series, Phil's Green Giants.
No, there's no more green giants. No, just one small giant, small and deceptively heavy giant.
Stout.
Yeah, you know, when you got two people lifting it, it's like, oh, this is actually quite reasonable. When it's just you lifting it and trying to get it out the back of the car, then it becomes very, very heavy. Motors are heavy, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they should find something. I mean, cast iron and copper. Could they not have found some lighter materials to build that out of? It's like they had a meeting. What's the heaviest things available? Oh yeah, let's use that.
Well, they could have used lead, but yeah, it was too soft, so they had to go with something a little bit harder.
A lead and tungsten combination.
It'll be fine. I mean, I've got places for these things to go. It's just getting them into those places by yourself.
So you mean that you need more friends?
Yeah. Well, definitely ones a bit more local. It'll be fine. It will be fine. I mean, yeah, I've got that new machine in. I mean, that's going to need fully stripping down and cleaning, and I'm going to have to find an instruction manual for it. And it's going to need rewiring. So that's not going to be used straight away. But I'm going to have to stash it at the back of the garage for a bit. Otherwise, it'll just be very in the way. And it's very heavy, and I don't want to move it very often.
Oh, I can see why. What year is that?
I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, this year or next year, depending.
Going by the color scheme, I'm thinking it's probably 1970s. Probably. Yeah, I'm not sure when DeWalt went from being green and orange to just they're yellow now. Yeah, yellow.
And for our audio listeners who don't get the benefit of a picture, can you describe it more in detail what it is?
It is a 14-inch planar thicknesser.
That looks really nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite rusty.
But that's your surface rust.
Oh, that's cast iron.
Yeah. What did you expect?
Yeah.
From a damp building.
Very damp building. Yeah, but it appears to all be there. I just have to have a bit better look at it, I suppose.
Did we lose sound?
No.
No. Oh. We just had some weird sounds in the background, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's pipes. We can cut that out.
And not the smoking ones.
No. Water pipes.
Well, you can smoke those as well.
You can, yes.
But you shouldn't smoke your water pipes then.
No.
If your water pipes are smoking, then something is wrong.
Call a plumber. You've got a problem. Whether you don't know it yet or not. Yeah, so after that interesting audio interlude, the garage is very full again, even though I did 2 tip runs in the last 10 days.
You've been so good at cleaning it out, and now you fill it up again.
Yep.
But I mean, you did clean it out so you could fill it up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just a glutton for punishment, really, aren't I?
That being said, though, I got inspired by that, so I did a bit of spring cleaning myself, and I put some very quickly made doors on a cupboard so that I don't get tempted of stacking things in front of it.
Mm.
Because I have a small cupboard with a sink in my workshop, and I just keep piling stuff in front of it, and like, all right, now I make doors. So just to roughly cut some OSB and put some piano hinges on. Worked like a charm. So then I started cleaning out stuff because this is not making, but I have actually installed a trailer hitch to my car.
No.
I spent, I think it was last Friday, I spent 2 hours on my back and saved $2,000 because that was what the garage quoted me. And of course, I ordered one, and I don't need the fancy one with the detachable knob or whatever it's called, the protruding thing at the back there. So I just ordered the cheapest kit, and it comes in a plastic bag with bubble wrap, with some not very detailed sketched manuals. And the thing is that you needed a 22 millimeter and a 12 millimeter drill because you need to drill holes in the underbody of your car. And that is like, you don't want to screw that up too many times at least. So I spent a lot of time putting it together, and I felt smart because they want you to you make this bracket, and then you line that and you drill the holes, and then you build the rest. And I'm pretty sure that if I do it that way, and when I assemble it, it's going to be at an angle. So I assembled the whole thing, propped it under the car to just see where everything landed, and then all right, this now it's straight. I just marked and saw that everything lined up, and then yeah, I did not have a 22 millimeter drill bit for metal, and they are, if you're going to buy one of those, they cost just as much as the trailer hitch.
Yeah.
But the metal is just some thin metal. I have some wood drills, the hole saw ones. I should probably gnaw through it. That worked scary easy, and yeah, the huge metal brackets for the hitch is not at all proportioned to the very flimsy 1.5 millimeter steel plates in the bottom, like the wheel well of the car. But yeah, it said it was supposed to go like that there, and now it is there. So I'm waiting for the electronics kit because I did not order that at the same time in case I screwed up or the mechanical parts didn't fit. Then I didn't have to return more than needed. So of course, high on that, I pulled out the trailer, and all right, I'm soon able to go to the skip. So I've started filling it up. So I better get the electronics done and working because it's starting to pile up on the trailer.
Have you done a test pull to see if it seems to hold up, or will it, when you try it the first time, it just leave the back end of the car in the driveway,
Yeah,
Sound of tearing metal.
I hooked it
like a
up.
tin can?
Like a can opener. I'm thinking of all the Charlie Chaplin movies where the car just falls apart while driving it, while it's just sitting on the ground with the steering wheel. Hopefully, it's not that bad. I hooked it up, did not drive with it. I thought I could drive to the skip because the trailer is so small that you can see the lights on the car. Should be fine enough. But no, I didn't do that, and it's probably a cost saving thing, but all the bolts, they have one what's that called in English? The flat round thing with a hole in it. A washer. Yeah, a washer, and then you have the spring washer to keep tension on the lug nut so it doesn't shake off. And that works. It's tried and true and tested, but I still would like to swap out all the nuts for the one with the nylon locking ring in them, just to double up on that. I don't want anything falling off and coming in the newspaper for having a rogue trailer going through someone's front lawn. So yeah, I thought I'd spent £2 buying some of those lug nuts. So once I'm under there doing the electronics, I'm going to swap out all the nuts, but then it should be ready to rock and roll.
So you're going to go nylock nuts. You put some thread locker on there as well, belt and braces. Really make it impossible for the next owner to take it off.
Yeah, and once you drilled the holes as well, I mean, it's prone to rusting, isn't it? And it's a cheap car with very little rust protection. So I thought, when everything is hooked together and I had the first test drive, I'm gonna cover everything and smear it in some Tech 7 waterproofing, tightening, glue, bonding agent. Like, I'm gonna just smear it on thick. So yeah, it's never coming off. I mean, at the day where the world ends and everything goes up in flame, the last thing they will see is the trailer hitch of a Suzuki Ignis. That's not going anywhere.
That's permanent. That will roll into the next stage.
Yeah.
Is this the kind of modification that you need to do a MOT on the car?
No, can't imagine that. No.
He says very confidently, no, probably not.
I have not read anything about it, and nobody has said anything about it. And when I ordered the parts, there was no note saying that this needs to be MOT'd. That being said, though, the car, if you read the data identification sheet or whatever it's called in English, then it stated how much trailer weight it can pull and so on. So you do get these cars with the trailer hitch. So it's not like you're fitting it to a vehicle that shouldn't have it. But yeah, no, I'm not planning on showing it to anyone.
Even if they ask. If they've got a blue uniform and a badge.
I mean, if they asked, and then I'm gonna play stupid. I did not know, and nobody tells me. But all right, I'll pop by and we can have a look at it. And it's just to pay the fee, isn't it? Like, did you do this by the manual? Yes. And then they just whack at it with a hammer, and it's still attached. All right, you pay £1,500 in a registration fee, and then in 3 to 8 weeks, you might get a paper that you need signed in 3 copies, and then you're good to go.
No, officer, it was on the car when I bought it.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that? I just need to run it through some very muddy pastures very quickly, so there is no, like, yeah, that's just as muddy and crappy as the rest of the car. So yeah.
Always make it somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
Or at least try.
So other than that, there is now I have a few bits and bobs for a half pint, but other than that, it's...
Oh. I got the sewing machine out and I filled up the bobbin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was exciting. And I discovered I have 2 bobbins.
Ooh.
So I'm set for about 20 years.
Yeah. Oh, by that metrics, I'm set for a century. I bought a kit with 15 bobbins. So
yeah. And I've also, I don't know what it is. It must be the algorithm or something. I can't believe it's planetary alignment or anything exciting like that. So it's got to be an algorithm. I'm seeing a lot of people doing tiny printing. Yeah, making stamps like lino cut stamps, and I really want to have a go at that. And Kev Sharkey, Shark Attack, did actually purchase me my first lino kit way back in the day, and yeah, I still haven't used it, Kev. I'm sorry, but now is the time. I think it's definitely gonna come out very soon, and I'm going to be making some little inky stamps just for fun.
It is. It looks really fun, and I would like to have a kit like that myself, because the May the 4th project is actually stamp related as well. But it's very easy with the rubber stamps to get an imprint on something. But and of course, I saw the video that he used the ink pads, where you just the regular ink pads for stamps, and I thought I need one of those because I'm making the dies for a print. But how do I apply the ink without it going everywhere else and spoiling the print? So I need one of those, but I'm gonna do like a A5 size. So I have to make an ink pad that size. So that is basically going to be the brunt of the project, making a huge ass ink pad, so that I can fill it up with ink. And then
Yeah, I was about to say no, ink pads are really cheap, but no, not A5 ones.
Yeah.
No, do you get them at that size though?
Maybe. I don't know.
Must exist.
All right. Welcome to the half pint. Now I can Google it. Let's
super fast transition. Blam.
But that kit, is that just a piece of rubber that you carve something in, or what? How does it work?
The kit comes with a piece of I think it comes with a couple of small sheets of lino. It's not lino like you put on your kitchen floor. So it is like a thin rubber sheet. And this kit, and it comes with some ink and an ink roller and a little carving set, so a handle and various size rubber carving knives, I suppose they are, gouges. Yeah, and you sketch out your design, remembering that you have to make it in relief
and mirrored.
Yeah, and then you cut away all the things you don't want to print, leaving only the bits you do want to print. Yeah, roll your ink out onto a flat surface, and then get lots of ink on your roller. Roll it onto your lino cut, and then press that onto a piece of paper. Easy as that. Simple. And I really enjoy printing. We have done that work a couple of times now, like at the end of term, like have a go at something that you would normally do in your job. And I always sign up for the silk screen printing. I love silk screen printing. That's so much fun.
It looks really nice if you have the correct equipment for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the stamina and everything else you need to clean it afterwards. The process seems fun until you have to clean it properly, so it's actually usable for the next time you need it. That's a pain in the ass, I think.
That's why they've got a pressure washer.
Yeah.
And a really big sink.
But then, yeah, I did not know you could use a pressure washer, because then that solved my hesitation about it.
Yeah.
You also get the A5 size ink pad, and it costs €21. So it's not as expensive that I thought I could with what I have. Probably make it myself cheaper, but then it would be for a one-time use. So I'm going to try that first, I think.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
I was just reminded of the stamp I got from Leo from Grundfunkel. He made me this so I could stamp my
yeah.
logo.
Nice.
Because they did that at a I think it was at Camp Chelsea, and it was, I mean, just being surprised with a gift is fun, but it's really nice, and it is fun to stamp stuff as well. So I need to use that more, I feel.
I was asking one of the technicians at work whether they can make rubber stamps on the laser, and they said, we've tried it, but it's not very successful.
Or pleasant smell-wise, probably.
No.
It must be horrendous.
Yeah.
But you can actually, in a 3D printer now, print TPU or rubber. TPU
Yes,
is a
I've heard
soft
that.
thing. Printing rubber is more complicated because that's the vulcanization of it. So it's not something you could just heat up and extrude. So I think it's a 1,000-pound attachment to a 3D printer to be able to merge two things and make vulcanized rubber in a 3D printer. So that's not the option, but I'm going to cheat. I'm going to make the die in some hard plastics, and then I'm going to put the paper on some soft fake leather to give it a bit of springiness in the back. That should work perfectly. So the
Yeah.
design and everything I have. So I basically just need that ink pad. And I got this rolling pin because I thought I'll put it down and I used a rolling pen, but that is going to skew it, I think, sideways. So then I need a frame to keep the die in place. But then I got a book press, so I can just use that. But
Yeah, that'll work.
But then putting it down and then screwing the press down and opening it and getting out again, it's a bit cumbersome. And I'm thinking, how much pressure do I actually need? I could probably just make the die, since I'm using a 3D printer, I could just print a small handle on it. So I could just basically do as you do with the stamp. You just squish it down to the ink pad and like, bam, stamp it on the paper. It's A5 size. It's not like you need a lot of pressure over a huge surface. So
No, you're not debossing this thing, are you? You're just printing it.
But I did think about that though. I'm going to make the prints, and the local hardware store has some, I think it's 0.5 millimeter thick aluminium sheets. So I've used them to make name tags earlier, because you use the metal letters and you just tap with the hammer and you could write something in, and then you can put that on something. And then I thought, what if I, on the last run, take an aluminum sheet, put that in, and then just twist the hell out of that die? I don't care if I break it. Would it make a decent imprint in the aluminum? I'm not sure if I...
Plastic into aluminium sheet.
Yeah, and I know when they are making dies to make imprints in metal and so on, they of course they make on the edges of the piece there is a ridge to really concentrate the forces there. So and they also have a backing that is the mirror of the thing that you're pressing to just help it along the other end of the material as well. So I don't think that will work, but at some point I would like to have like a hydraulic press or something, and then I'm going to do the aluminum part. Because I've seen people 3D printing dies for forming thin metal, and that works like a charm.
If the metal is thin enough and it's a real hefty 3D print, then maybe.
Yeah,
And it's a
you need a
geometry that is suitable as well, so it's not.
yeah. The geometry needs to be there, and I see they use 100% infill, so it's a slow print because you don't leave that honeycomb gap to save time and material. You need something massive.
No, that wouldn't work.
That's only one way to find out, then, isn't there?
Exactly.
Press it.
Because that would be really nice too. I mean, that is leveling up, and you could get really, really thin aluminium as well.
Yeah.
Not impossible.
But I got now that I know that you can just buy an ink pad and you get it with ink. I bought a small bottle of ink. And if I make my own pad, is that enough ink? Do I need to buy more ink? Then it's going to cost more to buy the ink than to buy the pad with the ink. But then it's very little making. It's just like, yeah, you bought everything and you just stamped papers. That's
I don't know. When you say you have ink, what kind of ink do you have? Just like pen ink?
yeah, most likely because I was at a craft store and they had bottles of ink, and I need that, and I'll just try that one. It said black, so. But yeah, I went to the craft store online to look for some other print materials, and then there is a lot of different inks for different
Isn't there
purposes,
just?
and so it's like, do I care to go into that in this detail? And of course, it's a lot of testing. I got some water painting paper, 300 grams. That is a bit too thick for what I want to do. So if I was going to do this properly, but I don't have time for that, then it's I should try out different sets of paper with different sets of ink to figure out what gives the best print. But yeah, that's not happening. Don't have the time, and that's a lot of money as well. Who would have thought ink is expensive?
Well, it's like anything, isn't it? If you have a generic thing, it's quite cheap. But as soon as you slap a speciality trade or craft onto it, oh, that's more expensive.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true, but I know the prints they use for silk screening printing and lino printing. It's very thick. It's quite greasy. It's more like a coloured grease than it is a liquid ink. You can spoon this stuff out.
Yeah, that's why you need the ink pad to get it evenly distributed on the die. I printed a small version, and then of course I could not find my ink because I put it somewhere clever. But I have a lot of acrylic paint, so I just took a brush and just brushed on some acrylic. But that's the problem, though. Of course, you got acrylic blobs around the edges, so when you flipped it down and pressed it, it left blobs on it. So, but the pattern after the print looked really good. So I am positive that it will look good.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't want to use that, you could get like those little mini paint rollers. You can get those in like a very firm foam.
Oh yeah, the foamy, yeah, I have those actually.
So maybe you could sort of like ink one of those up and then just roll it on very lightly, rather than having a pad.
So you have a rollable pad.
Now we're talking. I have one of those, I think. If I didn't know it.
Isn't that how printing presses do it? Have a roller that.
Yeah, they roll it on a plate, yeah.
Yeah, so it rolls it on a plate, so you get a nice uniform spread across the roller, and then the roller
And that
comes
spins
down
around.
and
Yeah.
goes across the die, and then the die gets flipped up onto the paper, pressed onto the paper. I mean, there's a million ways to skin this cat, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Poor
there
cat.
is. But
Poor
I'm
cat.
thinking. I mean, that foam roller, that's like £2 for the one-time use. So if I buy 2 of them, that should be enough.
I wonder if it would work even better if the foam roller is old and stiff, or maybe already loaded with ink from previous times. Or would that be worse? Because you wouldn't want too soft a roller. As you said,
All
it
right.
should be firm.
I just Googled it. Product description. Ideal to apply ink on 3-dimensional surfaces. It's like they are fucking made for this.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Genius.
It's like this is going to be
There you go. You already had the solution there. You just needed to.
lino printing ink roller. Yeah, this is going to be a one-day build, film, edit, and publish. I'm going to
You can leave it till May
May.
the 3rd.
This is a one-day build. May the 4th be with me. Oh, that's a good intro.